In this lecture, I am going to discuss the conjunct verbs in Urdu Hindi. So, conjunct verbs means the combination of noun, adjective plus verb, or the vector verb, we can say. So, it is the combination of noun or adjective plus verb, which is called the conjunct verb. So, verb might be the vector verb or the light verb. It functions as the light verb in this construction. So the conjunct verb is a multi-word verbal expression that combine a nominal or adjective element. So that is the noun, adjective, or sometimes adverb also with light verb, which is also called the vector verb or the operator verb. So despite having two separate components, a conjunct verb function as a single verbal unit. That is the one complex predicate and expressing a unified semantic event rather than the two separate actions. So in this case, there is no different verbal unit. There is no two different actions. There is no different semantic event, but they are the unified semantic events in the conjunct verb. So the in Urdu, the first in Urdu Hindi, the first element is noun and adjective, which provide the core lexical meaning, and the second element is the light verb. So that adds the some grammatical or aspectual nuances such as completion, control, effort, or direction. So that is the construction or the structure of conjunct verb in Urdu Hindi. So there is the verb like nominal and adjective. So we have the madad and the which is the first element, and the other things we have the light verb, which is the second thing in the compound verb. So first is the noun, adjective, or adverb. So that is the mother, mother, and the second is V2, which is karn, karna. So it's become the madad karna is the conjunct verb. So that is the combining meaning of the former single unit and unified verbal expression. So here madad give the carry the main lexical meaning of the concept, emotion, and state. And the second element karna provide the grammatical aspectual meaning, that is the based on tense, completion, and effort. So that is the main structure or the basic formula for construction of the conjunct verb in Urdu Hindi. So now we have lots of examples. So basically these are the light verbs which occur in second position. First position we have the noun, adjective, or adverb, and after that we have these light verbs like karna, hona, dena, lena, ana, lagna. So with karna we can make the koshish karna. With hona we can say ijazat hona. With dena we can ijazat dena. And with lena we can say ijazat lena. With ana we can say the khayal ana. With lagna we say kaam lagna. So all these things are kaam, khayal, ijazat, koshish. They are the nominal like noun or adjective. And the other elements are the light verb. So we are creating this meaning by koshish karna, the meaning of action, effort, and volition. By ijazat hona, resultant state or the passive sense. And ijazat dena, that the completion or the benefictive meaning. Ijazat, ijazat dena is the completion or the benefictive meaning, and ijazat lena is the effort or the benefit to subject. And khayal ana is spontaneous or involuntary occurrence. And kaam lagna is the inception or the beginning of action. Now we have some characteristics of conjunct verb. So basically that we have already discussed, it is the combination of noun and adjective adverb plus the light verb. So light verb could be the karna, hona, lena, dena. So despite the concept of the two elements, so they are the one single verbal unit. So it gives the so both give the one function in both semantically or syntactically. So they are function as a single verbal unit. So there are some key characteristics we have. So the key characteristic like single predicate meaning. So like we have example like हमने फैसला किया. So फैसला किया is the conjunct verb. which give the single predicate meaning. Not faisla means lexically we can see, so faisla has a different meaning and karna has a different meaning. But here they give the same meaning, one meaning we can say, that is to decide. So even though conjunct verb consists two parts, one is the non-ideal adjective and the other is light verb. So they express the one unified event or action, not two separate actions. The verb we to not retain its full lexical meaning, like to do or to give. So here the faisla karna or faisla kiya. So the kiya does not give its own lexical meaning like to do, but it contribute for aspectual or grammatical information. So here the फैसला करना, it means to decide. हमने फैसला किया. So it doesn't mean to do a decision or but a single act of deciding. So the other example है मैंने कोशिश की. So कोशिश करना means to try, not to do an attempt. So there are no two action. There is no two separate meaning, but they are giving the one particular meaning, to try. So both component function together to express one predicated meaning. So that is the one meaning which is expressed by the whole predicate, or we can say that by the whole complex construction, or that is the conjunct verb. So conjunct verb is the combination of noun plus verb or adjective plus verb. And they are also very productive in the process. So conjunct verb are highly productive. So new noun or adjective can easily combine with light verb to create a new verbal meaning. So this process allows the speaker to explain the vocabulary, creativity, and flexibility, like ijazat lena. So here to take permission. Some example, madad karna, khayal aana. So this kind of things we can create by the combination of noun plus any other light verb. So so that way it is highly productive, the conjunct verb. So they are creating the new lexical verbs in Urdu-Hindi language. And the means the light verbs are limited. So only the small and the fixed set of verbs can act as a light verb in the conjunct construction. So the verbs are semantically light or bleached. So they no longer retain their full independent meaning, but added the aspectual emotional nuances. But basically they have their lexical meaning in another finite sentences, or as when they are using as in the finite form, or the main as the main verb. But in this case, they are not using as a main verb, they are using as a light verb. So they are adding some aspectual or emotional nuances. So they are very limited in number, like karna, lena, dena, hona, ana, lagna. So these are the light verb we can use to construct the conjunct verb in Urdu Hindi. Some other characteristics of conjunct verb. So Ahmad ne madad ki. So madad karna. So madad is the noun, help, and karna is the light verb. So it becomes the madad karna, which is the conjunct verb. So this madad ki or the madad karna is the conjunct verb. दूसरा example, मुझे खुशी हुई. Like मुझे खुशी हुई. So खुशी हुई is the conjunct verb. खुशी होना. So here karna hona act as a light verb and the main meaning carried by the noun and adjective. But they are hui and ki. They have some inflection according to the gender or some aspectual meaning or the some other nuances. And they are sharing the same subject or the object also. That is the one. That is the another function. Like मैंने तुमसे बात की. So बात करना is the compound is the conjunct verb. So this बात करना taking the same subject मैंने and same object तुमसे. हमने कोशिश की. So कोशिश करना is the conjunct verb and it share the same subject हमने. So not कोशिश and the verb karna, so they share the same subject we. So that is the noun and that is karna is the verb. So that whole is the conjunct verb. So they separately they are sharing the same subject. That the syntactic unity reinforce that the conjunct verb behaves as a single predicate. So it is single predicate because it shares the same subject or same object. The idiomatic meaning or the explicit meaning of conjunct verb. So many conjunct verbs develop the idiomatic or the figurative meaning that go beyond the literal meaning of their parts. Like उसे गुस्सा आ गया. So here the gussa ana is the conjunct verb which give the some little meaning like anger came to him, but immediately he became angry or she became angry. That is the idiomatic meaning. मुझे याद आया. Yad ana is the conjunct verb. So here this is yad aya. Yad ana is the conjunct verb. So the later means the memory came to me, but idiomatically I recalled. So the literal meaning is it is the meaning by both yad and ana. So they are driving the meaning by both, but idiomatically they together function as one meaning. So they together yad and ana. So that is the conjunct verb. So together they give one meaning of recall. They're not giving the two separate meaning like memory and come, but they are giving the one meaning by yad and ana is the meaning is recall. Even though we do not have this conjunct verb in Urdu, Hindi, in English, but English sometimes we have some equivalent like recall can be the equivalent for the yad aya or yad ana, which is the conjunct verb in Urdu, Hindi. And the other thing is so these idiomatic patterns make the conjunct verb a vital expressive resource in everyday, like ijazat lena. So that is the to take permission. So मैंने उस्ताद से इजाज़त ली या मैंने अध्यापक से इजाज़त ली. So इजाज़त is the permission and lena to take. So express the act of obtaining or taking permission. So here the lena adds a sense of personal effort or the involvement. The subject takes in initiative. So that is the lena. So lena basically mean to take and to take something, but here the lena adds some sense of personal effort or involvement. इजाजत ली, मैंने उस्ताद से इजाजत ली. So it gives the meaning of to take permission. इजाजत देना, give permission, to permit. So मैंने उस्ताद ने तलबा को इजाजत दी. So here the इजाजत plus देना express the act of granting or allowing. So the verb देना carry the sense of transfer or bestowal. So this dena does not give the meaning of give, but sense of transfer. So the permission is given by someone. Ijazat hona, so to have permission and to be permitted. So मुझे अंदर जाने की इजाजत है. So here the ijazat plus hona indicate the state of permission existing, means the permission existed. So the verb hona denotes the conditions or status, not an action. He's already there is some condition or status, so that's why he has some permission. He is not showing the action directly. Ijazat milna. So here the she got permission to go. So there is the ijazat means permission, which is a conjunct verb. Ijazat milna. So you just remember this thing. The ijazat milna is the conjunct verb. So ijazat is the noun and milna is the light verb. So it is the combination of noun plus verb. So it is the conjunct verb. So in the combination, it gives a different meaning. That is the idiomatic meaning sometimes, and sometimes more expressive meaning. It is different from the literal meaning. So here the ijazah is the permission and milna to get is representing the passive or the receptive action. So permission was received rather than actively taken. Ijazat milna. The word milna often conveys the uncontrolled or the external causation. मुझे इजाजत मिली, उसे जाने की इजाजत मिली. इजाजत मांगना. So here to ask for permission. So अली ने जाने की इजाजत मांगी. So here मांगना express the act of requesting or permission. So the latter verb मांगना implies the humble or formal request. And फैसला करना. So फैसला is the noun and the करना is the light verb. So it could be the conjunct verb फैसला करना. So it means decision or करना to do. So but express the mental determination or the resolution. So करना can be the volitional control and agency. So that is the expressive meaning or that is the idiomatic meaning of फैसला करना. कोशिश करना, the same thing. करना with the intention or effort, and कोशिश करना is the conjunct verb. So it gives the meaning of This construction highlight the purposeful human activity. कोशिश करना, मदद करना, to help, to assist. So अहमद ने दोस्त की मदद की. So here मदद is the help, करना is to do. So explain the acting action benefiting another person. So that is the active agency and the volition. Right? करना, बात करना. So that to talk or to speak. So मैंने उससे बात की. So बात is the conversation, करना to do. So represent reciprocal verbal action. That is the habitual collocation, meaning to converse or conversation or the communication. ख्याल आना. So to think, to recall and to have a thought. So मेरे दिल में एक ख्याल आया. And ख्याल आया or ख्याल आना is the conjunct verb. So ख्याल is the thought and आना to come. So the involuntary mental process. So it thought arises spontaneously, and the verb ana contribute a sense of spontaneity or the emergence. And now we have some conjunct verb classification on the basis of the light verb. So in some cases the light verb could be the transitive, and in some cases the light verb could be the intransitive. So when we have the light verb is transitive like karna, dena, lena, uh, so here the subject must be the ergative in the perfective aspect only. So that is the structure, noun plus transitive light verb plus. So in this case the subject is ergative case, object is dative or accusative case, verb agreeing with the object. Like उसने कोशिश की. So कोशिश करना, so करना is the transitive verb. उसने मदद की या मैंने मदद की. So मदद की is the conjunct verb. So key is the transitive verb. So that is the so it marks the ergative ne in the subject when it is in the perfective aspect. When you say वो मदद करता है या वो मदद कर रहा है. So there is no negative case because it is not in the perfective aspect. So it is commonly used for action, causation, or agentive meaning. So that is the. So in this case, when this is belonged, so the key agree with the object. So when we are like उसने साफ किया, when we are say उसने कमरा साफ किया, उसने दीवार साफ की. So in this case, उसने दीवार साफ की. So साफ की is the or साफ करना is the conjunct verb. So this करना is the light verb. So it is intransitive. So it cannot agree with उसने because it is marked by ne which block the agreement. It can agree with the दीवार which is the object. So it agreement with the object, not with the subject. In this transitive verb construction, particularly when it is in the perfective aspect. So because of perfective aspect, it agree with the or it mark with the ne case marker. So there are some another example. So when the conjunct verb with the intransitive verb, so there is no ergative marker here, like hona, ana, lagna, बैठना. So the subject usually appears in nominative or dative case, and there is no ergative marking on the subject because of the light verb, of the intransitive light verb. So that is the combination of adjective plus intransitive light verb. So subject would be the nominative or dative, and verb agreeing with the subject. Like उसे नींद आई, मुझे ठंड लगी, उसे भूख लगी, मुझे डर लगा. So in this case, most of the subject occurs in the dative construction because of this combination like नींद आई. So that is the conjunct verb. So in this uh, combination, there is some experiencer. So it because of that experiencer, the subject occurs as a dative case, or we can say the dative subject. So light verb is intransitive, so there is no ergative. It is like मुझको ठंड लगी, उसको ठंड लगी, और उसको भूख लगी और उसको नींद लगी. And the other is काम हुआ. So that is the conjunct verb. So these express the experiential, stative, or spontaneous meaning that is not controlled action. So I conclude here. The conjunct verb in Urdu Hindi demonstrate the language syntactic flexibility and the semantic richness. So basically, it is the combination of the noun plus light verb, or we can say the noun plus verb or the adjective plus verb, sometimes the adverb plus verb also. So it is highly productive and it does not inflect um, means the main element or the core element does not inflect, but the other V2 can inflect or has the agreement with the subject or object. So they allow the speaker to combine noun plus adjective and borrowed word with a small set of light verb to form the new verb that are grammatically simple but semantically expressive. So sometimes the borrowed word can also be combined with light verb to create the conjunct verb. So by sharing the same subject and expressing the single event, conjunct verb function as the unified predicate, carrying the both literal and idiomatic meaning, essential in Urdu Hindi communication. So basically, it actually express some idiomatic meaning, not the literal meaning, because we have the combination of the two things. One is the noun and other is the verb. So they together give some expressive meaning, some idiomatic meaning, which is not the literal meaning of both things. Thank you.